What do we do for a recession? Bitcoin below 20k, ETH below 1k, altcoins are getting completely slaughtered. The economy doesn't look very good, and a lot of people ask whether we are going to go into a recession. In this video, I just want to take the opportunity to very briefly talk about what's recession and trying to give you kind of an idea whether it is likely or unlikely if or that we will have a recession. We all know nobody knows the future. Investing is not about foreseeing the future. Investing is all about making plans based on probabilities, having for each scenario a possible outcome, and allocate our capital in percentage basis according to the corresponding probabilities. First of all, maybe I'm in the woods, I'm on a hike in the Bavarian forest, so if you were emotionally or heavily moved or somehow affected by market behavior in the last weeks or months, maybe you should take a time out, go a little into nature, go on vacation, just to kind of have an emotional reset, because we all know emotion kill the profits we make, because emotions always make us go with the herd. Investing is all about making decisions that are not influenced by emotions. That being said, let's start. Okay, recession is sort of defined by having some quarters in a row with economic output, hence GDP declining. The interesting thing is, once the statistics will be released that we are officially in a recession, it's already too late, because we all know that the market prices in information and is forward-looking. That means when everybody knows that recession has in fact arrived, or we are in a recession, that's somehow when the bottoming of stocks and crypto is probably complete. So if you want to bet on a recession or profit from the possibilities of recession, you have to know it before the market does, and that makes it very difficult, of course. So normally in a recession we have a decline of stocks, hence the S&P of about 40%. We already had 20. That means, of course, there's still maybe 20% to go. Of course, Nasdaq and risk-on assets, in particular crypto, will correct further. In crypto, we're already way further. Now, why could we end up in a recession? Number one, increasing rates. These statistics that whenever the Fed completed a raising cycle, hence they raised rates, that always killed the economy. So whenever they rose or they hiked rates, at some point, some parts of the economy did not survive and we had a shock. That's not a problem per se, because whenever we have this sort of cleaning machine, all the bad economy, all the bad parts of the economy, all the bad projects, all the bad companies, they have to die. They will die. And then the economy can start again, working better, getting more robust. And maybe you want to read Anti-Fragile from Nassim Taleb or Black Swan. He describes that phenomenon very well. You can as well read Hayek and Schumpeter about that. So that will be something good, because after the recession the economy will be more robust. So hiking rates is a clear indicator. Another one is falling commodity prices, mostly copper, because copper is almost used for everything that has to be produced. Hence, if copper prices fall, that means less demand for copper, that means less production, that means probably recession. Another very important indicator is inventory overbuilding. That means in 1973 to 1975 we had a recession that is very similar to right now. The economy was working, booming. Everybody thought recession is not going to happen. Everybody said, look, we have full orders. the economy works, so no recession. Our order books are completely filled years in advance. What happened? The storage was full. They first had to empty their storages. That means less demand because they have it all in their storages. So we have a similar thing right now. We have high inventory overbuildings. They slowly will be reduced, and that will drive down demand. Then we have wages. Very important, we have negative real wages. That means even though wages are rising in the US, they are negative real wages. That means people lose buying power. That means prices rise more than wages. That means people can consume less. Then of course people consume less, and the recession, decreasing demand, the recession might start. There's all very strong indicators for recession. What will happen now? Of course, nobody knows. It's just about thinking about the possibilities, because right now we are certainly very strongly oversold. So probably we might have a relief rally, very likely, at some point. Nobody knows when. Maybe Bitcoin's going to drop another 50%. Stocks are going to drop another 20% until we get the relief rally. Maybe we get it sooner. We don't really know. So that's a difficult thing. Of course, in times of recession, you should have a lot of cash, especially in US dollar, because US dollar is the dominant currency. Other currencies will fall or lose against the dollar. You should not be in risk stocks. You should not be in cryptocurrency. You should rather be in defensive stocks. Avoid stocks at all. You can as well short commodities, because commodities will go down in recession. And you might want to short real estate or home builders, because we have a thing in the United States right now that 98% of all their mortgages have rates below 5.3%. But the mortgage rate is already above 5.3%. It's just a matter of time until we will have problems in the housing market. And that, of course, will slow demand for new houses being built. As well, recession does that too. So home builder stocks might collapse. That being said, the most important thing in recessions is, or in general in crisis, is to know the crisis is opportunity. I profited a lot from the Corona crisis. Churchill once said, never waste a crisis. I know he was referring to something else in politics, but what I want to tell you right now is the moment to learn. Now is the moment to educate yourself. Now is the moment to start your own business, because right now cash flow is king. That means right now you should collect somehow as much cash as possible, because right now everything is cheap. Right now you want to start buying. Most importantly, dollar cost average, because you will never catch the bottom, so don't even try. But you need to raise as much cash as possible. So I would highly recommend you to start your own business. Start selling something, start with a product, with a brand, because that's the most reliant way right now to generate cash flow. Investing right now is not easy. Right now it's not about winning, right now it's all about not losing. It's so difficult to make real gains right now without speculating. And therefore, I would just try to be a defensive investor, try to collect cash as much as possible, start dollar cost average in terms of buying, and try to raise as much cash with a business, because there will be a time, we're in winter right now, but spring is coming. That means there will be a time where you can buy all those assets cheap. And there will be a time where you can have them increase a lot. And right now is the time to buy them cheap. And in a couple of years, they will most likely, you will sell them more expensive. So that's what I want to just tell you. And in the meanwhile, maybe just take a break from the market, just relax for a while, and remember, life is not about investing. Investing is about life. You want to invest to have more resources that you can then spend to make your life more enjoyable. Peace out and good luck.